Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper for Takedown Wrestling. This interview brought to you in part by our friends at Blue O 04 Water. It's good. It's Blue O 04. University of Ozarks recently announced that they would be adding wrestling as an offering for their student athletes. To talk about it, joining us today, athletic director for the Eagles is Jimmy Clark. Jimmy, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Scott.
Well, very good. Thank you very much for joining us. Talk to us a little bit about adding wrestling. I mean, universities seemingly throughout the state of Arkansas are seeing wrestling as this wonderful, futuristic sport where you can bring 20, 30 kids on campus and give them a good opportunity to go to college all at the same time. Talk to us about the decision to add wrestling.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a new president, Rich Dunsworth, in, and we've looked at trying to increase enrollment through athletics. And when we were looking at opportunities to add sports, wrestling's one that came across our table really because of Greg Hatcher and his influence in the state. And we've kind of watched what Washita has done, and then saw where Lyon College is adding a program, and just all things being said, we realized this is a great opportunity for us, a place to
Now,
recruit.
Jimmy, if I can interrupt, wrestling is an affordable sport when it comes to manpower, when it comes to benefits, when it comes to equipment. I would imagine that all of that came into play with a total number of athletes that could possibly be heading toward your campus.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when you look cost per student athlete, it's a very economical sport, so that's attractive as well. Especially when you're a small school. I mean, we're a small private liberal arts D3 school, and that's we're always looking for ways to get more bang for our buck.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about your student athletes because right now you guys have a 40% of your student athletes achieving conference all academic status. That's something you've got to be awfully proud of.
Yes, absolutely. We're very proud of our student athletes. They are high achievers. Typically, we'll have a 23, 24 ACT with a 3.35 GPA coming in, and they just tend to get better. So, I've had numerous academic All Americans, and just our students are true student athletes.
You know, Ozarks adding wrestling makes it, I think, the 11th NCAA Division III varsity sport for you guys. Is that about right?
Yes, sir.
How difficult is that for your department to grow within the bounds of available facilities? And I'm talking about gym space, wrestling rooms, wrestling equipment, and all that.
Well, the cool thing for us, we had a unique opportunity. We had a pool that has been on the outs for a while. The boiler went out, and we're going to fill that pool in, and that's a nice space, and it's going to become a wrestling area. And it's about a 40 by 85-foot space, and we're going to put two mats over the top, pad the walls, and that'll just be strictly for wrestling, and we may use it for competitive cheer a little bit as well.
Well, it's nothing like sharing. I tell you what, we get a lot more sharing than we do not sharing, and I like that. Some of the other coaches and some of the other colleges, I should say, within the state include Ouachita Baptist and Central Baptist, Arkansas Baptist College, Lyon College, William Baptist. I mean, they've all announced that they've either got it or will add it. The growth in the state really started with high school wrestling, and I know that was part of your decision making, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And Greg Hatcher is a big part of that. I think he's really grown the sport at the high school level in the state, and he's trying to grow it at the college level in the state. I mean, this year, a month or so ago, watching the state championships on TV every night on the news. It was pretty exciting.
And I was there for the very first state championship. I'll tell you what, how exciting that was for me, and I can't wait to return. But I got to ask you this: conference-wise, there's not another program within your conference that has wrestling. When you think about competition and scheduling, you've got to think about how affordable that can be as well. So pretty much, are you looking at competing within the state, or where will your competition come from?
Well, that's kind of something unique to us as well. We're the only school in Arkansas in our conference, and our closest conference opponent right now for all of other sports is in Dallas, and that's about 5 hours away. We go as far as Sol Ross, which is Alpine, Texas, and that's about 17 hours away. So we really strongly feel that we can get wrestling matches well within that parameter over in Oklahoma, Missouri, and then within the state of Arkansas as well. So I think our travel will be less in wrestling than it is in our other sports.
Oh, that's got to be awfully encouraging as well. Great decision there. And the board, your board really has been very supportive in this decision, haven't they?
They have unanimously approved what we proposed a week ago. So we're very excited about moving forward.
University of the Ozarks Eagles athletic director and head baseball coach Jimmy Clark joins us. Jimmy, the research that you guys conducted found that wrestling brings in the second largest number of students other than football. Did that surprise you?
That did surprise me. And that came out really at the very forefront in talking with Greg, because I had never envisioned that you could have as many as 30, 40, 50 athletes on a wrestling team. I think what we're shooting for and budgeted for was about 20, but I think we're expecting that to grow to somewhere in the 30 plus range.
Coach, talk to us a bit about where you're at with as far as the coaching search. I know that this is an ongoing process, and it needs to at some time have a conclusion. Where are you at within the process of searching for a brand new head coach of a brand new program?
Well, fortunately for us, we were able to start the process about a month ago before we got board approval. We actually put the ad out, had applications coming in, had over 50 people apply for the job. And once we got approval, we started moving immediately and we're in the phone interview stage right now and hoping to have that narrowed down to on-campus interviews within the next week or so.
Is there still an opportunity? Let's say, for example, they haven't had a chance to talk to you or drop an application. Is there still an opportunity to be in touch with you and be considered for the job?
I think there is. I think at this point, we said first preference given to those received by last week, but I think there's still an opportunity. We've not hired anybody yet, so if the next John Wooden from basketball applies, then we would certainly entertain the thought of talking to them.
So if Pat Smith were to say, "Hey, Jimmy Clark, I want to come coach at University of the Ozarks and coach the Eagles' first program," you'd probably say, "You know what? We got a deal, Pat."
Yes, I think so. Correct.
Well, maybe he'll watch this interview and make that move. I don't know, man. The Bluebirds seem to be doing pretty well down there in Greg Hatcher's backyard. Well, Jimmy Clark, I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. I can't wait to find out who your selection is for the first head coach of the Eagles. We're all very excited about the University of the Ozarks adding wrestling, and it sounds like you and Josh Peppas and your staff at the home of the Eagles is all pretty excited about it as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be a new thing for us. And I've really started watching a lot of it on TV, ESPN, and we're excited to get it started. I can't wait.
Jimmy, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Scott. I appreciate it.
He's the athletic director of the University of the Ozarks, home of the Mighty Eagles, Jimmy Clark. I'm Scott Casper for Takedown, and thanks for watching.